Don't mind all these people who say we are going to turn into Zimbabwe 2.0, trying to demotivate us from expropriating the land, And these Zimbabweans who are busy making videos saying we are focusing on other people who are trying to take their land, but we are not taking our land. They just want us to take guns and then collapse our nation with violence. That's what they want. We are going to expropriate the land, but let us not turn into barbarians until we turn into the Zimbabwe 2.0 that a lot of people wish for us to turn into.
You are failing to get your own land here in South Africa. You are failing. You are failing to get access to your own mineral resources here in South Africa. And yet you want to go to Goma and fight M23. You leave your home where you have failed to get your land for the past, I don't know how many years since you got independent, 1994. But you want to go and fight the M23 in Goma. People who are fighting for their land and the rights to their mineral resources. Yet you don't have any of that, but you want to fight. Oh, education is very, very important.
Some Zimbabweans will never cease to amaze me. Now, let me tell you what kind of Zimbabwean this is. Now, this we all know that this is typical Zimbabwean behavior. Feeling so entitled to a point of speaking rubbish like this whilst enjoying the luxury of being here in South Africa. Typical Zimbabwean behavior. Now, these are the types of Zimbabweans that want South Africa to become Zimbabwe 2.0. Now, this whole land expropriation issue here in South Africa actually made some of the Zimbabweans happy, but not in a way that you might be thinking about. It didn't make them happy for us as South Africans saying, no, we are finally, trying to fight for our land, trying to fight for what's ours, trying to take back what was stolen. But they are happy in a sense that they think what is happening here in South Africa will actually collapse this country the same way they collapsed Zimbabwe. So in their minds, they are thinking of the approach that they took in their country. Going into people's farms with guns, shooting people on the streets, beating up white people on the streets, beating up children on the streets of white people. All the things that they were doing. They think that is what we are going to do as South Africans, or at least that's the behavior that they expected from us as South Africans, not realizing that us as South Africans, yes, we are going to take back the land. Yes, we are going to take back what was stolen, but not in a barbaric sense, because we are not barbarians here in South Africa. So that whole approach of arming the citizens with weapons and say, hacks, if you see a white person, shoot. If you see a white person, confiscate. That's not the whole approach that South Africa is going to take. We are a civilized nation. We won't take rubbish, but we won't turn into animals, if you understand what I'm saying. Land will be expropriated. Trust me on that, but not in a manner that Zimbabwe took. And that's exactly what most Zimbabweans want. At least those who don't love South Africa, who are only here as leeches, like this man I just stitched at the beginning. Because if you loved South Africa, you wouldn't speaking that kind of nonsense. So those Zimbabweans who are just here in South Africa, busy leeching on our country, are the ones who actually want to see our demise so that we can turn into Zimbabwe 2.0, so that they can say, you were chasing us away, look at you now. You also need help. That's what they want. But I'm sorry to break it to them that is not what's going to happen to South Africa. And everyone out there who's busy thinking that South Africa is going to turn into Zimbabwe 2.0, maybe you haven't met South Africans. That's all I can say. Maybe you haven't met South Africans. You see, us as South Africans, we are a very calculated nation. We are not an impulsive country. Let me tell you something. You see, here in South Africa, maybe some people might not realize, maybe this thing of saying white people own more land in South Africa more than black people, maybe this whole narrative led some people to believe that black South Africans are dumb. Have you seen the things that young black South Africans are doing in this country? Let us just start there. Have you seen all the things that black young people are doing in this country, South Africa? Do your research on South Africa, on the true South Africa, on the true black people of South Africa, on the true black intelligence. You'll be shocked. I'm telling you. So this whole thing of saying white people own more land in South Africa has led some people to believe as if black people in South Africa are dumb, as if we are going to confiscate the land, we are going to collapse the nation. We are not dumb. We are not dumb at all. So I don't think maybe when black people want to expropriate the land, this thing of thinking they won't know what to do with the land. They won't know what to do with the land. Have you met some of us as black people? Have you met some of us, the way we think? Have you met some young black people, even some older black people here in South Africa? Have you seen the things that they are doing? Before you can speak like that and say, we won't know what we will do with the land. You know, there's some people who are trapped in their own like boxes, like shells. You know, they can't see outside of those boxes. A person doesn't even know that here in South Africa there are young people who are doing amazing things, who are running multi-million rand companies. Go to any suburb here in South Africa and tell me if you won't meet a young black man there or a young black woman, this country's future. You know, and there's a lot of those people, a lot of them. The future of South Africa is very bright. If you don't see that, you will see it someday. But I'm telling you, the future of South Africa is very bright. Yes, us as the young people, there's a lot of us out there who are doing bad things, you know, who are just confused, not knowing what to do. But trust me, those are not the only young people of South Africa. These ones, they are always bashing on the social media, saying they are busy dancing on TikTok, but they don't know anything. You are just seeing the glimpse of South Africa. So that is why I'm saying all of those people who say South Africa is going to turn into Zimbabwe 2.0, or at least these Zimbabweans or other foreigners who wish for that thing to happen, trust me, that won't happen, because South Africa is not a dumb nation. From the youth, we are not a dumb nation. We know how to think. We are watching, we are looking at everything that is happening. And I'm telling you, this country won't turn into whatever that people want it to turn into. Trust me on that one. So, to my fellow South Africans, all these people, don't mind all these people who say we are going to turn into Zimbabwe 2.0, trying to demotivate us from expropriating the land, you know. And these Zimbabweans who are busy making videos saying we are focusing on other people who are trying to take their land, but we are not taking our land. They just want us to take guns and then collapse our nation with violence. That's what they want. We are going to expropriate the land, but let us not turn into barbarians until we turn into the Zimbabwe 2.0 that a lot of people wish for us to turn into. So that's just what I wanted to talk about in today's video, you know, because it was concerning for me with a whole Zimbabwean who's here in South Africa can speak like this, you know. So tell me on the comment section down below, what do you think about this whole situation? But if you just enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. My name is Emmanuel and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.